This video is a massive warning to all play to earn and blockchain gaming investors. I've been getting a ton of questions if you should keep holding, if you should sell, if you should buy more. I know gaming was really big last year. I think a lot of people got in late, and understandably, they're growing a little bit concerned. So let's get into it. If you don't know me, I'm Taylor. If you like this kind of content, I'd appreciate the thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe. You might find something useful. Play to earn gaming is going to have a very hard time sustaining itself. So let's think about the psychology of a gameplay. When it comes to a really big game, be it World of Warcraft, League of Legends, RuneScape, Sims, Pokemon, Halo, Call of Duty, whatever, people play the game because they're fun, right? Like there are some third-party ways that people make money on these games, but that's not what it's made for. It's made because people like the game. They have fun in the world. But people play to earn games because they can make money. The problem with that is twofold. For one, when the money goes away, why should I play the game anymore? I see this a lot with NFT projects. Unfortunately, the communities are usually not as genuine as they seem and are really only as strong as however much money has been made. So when the money goes down, the community sentiment goes down, and this can be really dangerous for play to earn games, which work like this. The new player comes in, and let's say they buy an Axie monster from an original player. Then a third player comes in and buys a monster from the second player, and so on and so forth. But as the value of the token goes down, the likelihood that people are making money goes down. Therefore, the likelihood that new players come in go down. Therefore, the original members who were making money are making far less money, and they're not having a good time playing the game anyways, so they're probably not going to keep playing, and it goes just into kind of this death spiral. And again, because you're incentivizing people to play because of money and not because of the actual gameplay itself, right now crypto gaming is tied immediately to the rest of the crypto market. So the prices of these coins are down, not because anything has changed in the gameplay or not because people weren't enjoying themselves at the time, but just because the broader market went down. But with that, the price goes down. And again, we start all over again. The price goes down, the profitability for players goes down, the likelihood of new players coming in goes down, which means the original players in the issue number two with the play to earn structure is the supply and demand. So I played RuneScape for years, and most of the time, all I was doing in that game was making really high value items so that I could sell them and make money in the game and just, have money. That's like basically what I was doing. But the reason that worked is because I was kind of the minority in that situation. So this whole entire system continued to sustain itself. But in a play to earn game, let's say if no one is buying, therefore, if nobody is coming into the new game, then the previous people aren't making money. It's an unequal supply, again, of the supply and demand, which again lowers the money being made, the community sentiment, new people coming in, et cetera, et cetera. What about an NFT marketplace or these different blockchain benefits so that people can share skins or weapons across games? I think that sounds really great. Some of it's already kind of being done, but what you're really asking there is for these massive corporations, let's say Sony and Microsoft, to play nice to each other so that you can bring your helmet from Sony into your game on Microsoft. But honestly, why would they do that? What is the benefit to them? It's nothing. And on the landscape of these massive corporations, there's really no reason for them to play nice with each other. When in reality, what they're probably going to do, again, they're kind of already doing, is keeping this inside its own franchise to try to monopolize, to keep you with all of Sony games, whatever those things are, to keep them inside itself, which again does not need an NFT marketplace to do that and doesn't really need blockchain either. I do, however, know, I don't know when, how, or why exactly, but I do like the concept that the players can own, let's say, part of the land and actually help build out the landscape of the game. But I like that because I love Web3 and I like the possibilities of decentralization, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm genuinely curious if anyone who is a big game player actually sees benefit in that, or again, if that just is right up my alley, speaking my language, because I like Web3 so much. So the last thing I want to touch on before we talk about the actual investment opportunity is what about all these massive companies that are coming into crypto gaming? What about them? So the problem is, and I'm really just kind of playing devil's advocate here, is that those companies have massive VCs and boards that are constantly pressuring and pushing them to innovate and to stay ahead of the times. And just exactly like we saw last year, there was so much money being made in blockchain. And these companies, these VCs, pretty much everyone wants to go where the money is being made. No, I'm not saying that these companies are bluffing or anything like that, but if they were not to innovate, then a lot of these VCs and board and just the public might see them as a dinosaur, not innovating, not staying up with times, not relevant, which, again, I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. But again, is all of this from the Web3 and crypto community wanting to find home for its tech? Or is the industry actually going this way? I'm genuinely curious. But all of that aside, let's talk about the possibility of investments with play to earn, crypto, blockchain, gaming, metaverse, etc. So the way I see it is this: when it comes to individual games such as Axie Infinity, or really any individual token that you can invest in, I see that as a get in early, take profits, swing trade opportunity. Because again, all of these individual games have a max pleasure or a max play point. Every game, right? Early 2000s, Sims, hottest thing ever. It has very clearly gone down since then. So all of these games, individual games, will have a maximum play potential, period. Whereas the gaming franchise, I like to call it, such as Gala Games or Engine, even Sandbox, Decentraland, those things that are more innovative, creating an ecosystem, that is where more of our long-term potential is going to be. I'm really interested to see how this is all going to play out. Again, be very careful taking the previous trend into the next bull run because it doesn't automatically have a home there. We've seen that with a lot of other projects who were huge in 2017 failed to ever beat their all-time high or at least perform in a similar manner in this previous bull run. So take everything I said again with a grain of salt. Again, I'm coming from an investor standpoint, not so much a game player standpoint, but I'm really curious your opinion on this. Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, if you like this content, find me on these other channels, and I'll talk to you soon.